नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण हरि बोल।
नारायण हरि नारायण हरि नारायण
किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं तन किसी का है दिया।
अपने पास है वह धन किसी का है दिया।
जो भी अपने पास है वह धन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
देने वाले ने दिया वह भी दिया किस शान से।
मेरा है यह लेने वाला कह उठा अभिमान से।
मेरा है यह देने वाला कह उठा अभिमान से।
मेरा यह कहने वाला मन किसी का है दिया।
मेरा यह कहने वाला मन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
मैं नहीं मेरा नहीं यह तन किसी का है दिया।
धन किसी का है दिया।
धन किसी का है दिया। हरि शरणं 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 हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि शरणं
हरि शरणं हरि
कुर हमरे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के। रमण बिहारी के ठाकुर हमरे रे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के। ठाकुर हमरे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के। साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा, साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा, साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा, साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा। कामन दुनियादारी से, कामन दुनियादारी से, कामन दुनियादारी से, कामन दुनियादारी से।
ठाकुर हमारे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी की।
ठाकुर हमरे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
ठाकुर हमारे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी की।
ठाकुर हमरे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा,
साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा,
साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा।
साधु सेवा धर्म हमारा।
कामन दुनियादारी से,
कामन दुनियादारी से,
कामन दुनियादारी से।
कामन दुनियादारी से।
ठाकुर हमारे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
ठाकुर हमरे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
ठाकुर हमारे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
ठाकुर हमरे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
ठाकुर हमारे रमण बिहारी, हम है रमण बिहारी के।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसतिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरना मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं ईश्वर भक्त भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा।
Jai Shri Krishna, everyone. A very, very, very warm welcome to all our respected sadhaks to yet another interpretation session. Let us begin by bowing our heads and acknowledging the latent presence of our Param Pujya Gurudev Swami Govindev Giriji Maharaj, whose grace has paved this beautiful divine journey of read Geeta, teach Geeta, and live Geeta. Prayer is the key of the morning and bolt of the night. So let's all call forward Hina Didi for the opening prayer. Hina Didi is from Nagpur. She joined Geeta Parivar in July of 2021 and offers her seva as a tech savvy for exams, jigyasu, as well as for pathak. Didi.
वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण सभी को।
Thank you, Didi. Thank you for this beautiful divine beginning. Dhodip, Tvam Brahmru, Andhakar Nivaraka, Imam Maya, Krit Puja, Gris Teja Pravadhya. To bring light in our life, we light the auspicious lamp. And I am going to invite YP Pandeji, who's from Kanpur. He joined Geeta Parivar in April of 2022. He's a retired personnel and sadhak of L3. He's also giving seva as a GC to Geeta Parivar. Bhaiya.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः।
Thank you, Bhaiya, for that Divya Darshan. Now that in this well-lit ambience, we are now going to call forward our respected Vikas Bhaiya. Last week, Bhaiya had thrown light on first 10 shlokas of the third chapter, and he had shown importance on how to control not only the Karmendriya, but also the Gyan Indriya. Our Vikas Bhaiya is a BE and PGDMA. He has been NRI for past more than 12 years, but he has carried India in his heart. He now has a small IT company based in Pune. Bhaiya is a polyglot. He speaks more than 5 languages and recites 18 adhyay of Geeta Ji for more than 5 years every single day. He is a trainer for all levels and is involved in trainer selection and training of trainers in all levels of Geeta Parivar. He also teaches Vishnu Sahasranam and is a very, very active Vivechak of our Geeta Parivar. Welcome, Bhaiya.
पूज्य स्वामी जी के चरण कमल में कोटि कोटि नमन. We are studying Adhyay 3rd. Last time we studied Slok 1 to 11. Some very important shlokas for us to guide in life. Karmendriyani संयम्य या आस्ते मनसा स्मरन् इंद्रियार्थान् विमूढात्मा इत्याचारस्य उच्यते. So all those shlokas we studied in last session. Today we start from Slok number 12. Ishtan bhogan hi vo deva दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भाविताः तैर्दत्तान प्रदायेभ्यो Yo bhungte stena eva saha. Stena. Stena means thief, chore. Paramatma is calling us chore. Why? Ishtan. Ishtan is the desired. Bhogan. Bhogan is whatever necessities for you to perform your prescribed duties towards those demigods as well as towards the world. Deva. Deva is those demigods whom these people are worshipping. Dasyante, to keep giving on. Dan, to keep giving on. Dattan, things that are given to you. Dattan. So this shloka says in short that those demigods who are worshipped by these other devotees, being satisfied by your performing yajna, the demigods will keep giving you without your asking, all necessities of life so that you continue performing the yajna. Yajna means your prescribed duties. So you perform your prescribed duties towards those demigods, they shower with you with their blessings, and then they provide you enough necessities of life so that you can continue to perform your prescribed duties towards those demigods as well as towards others. But Paramatma says further, who enjoys such rewards, blessings from demigods for his own self, for his own selfish purpose, for his own self-development only without bothering for demigods as well as for the other people, such a person is called a thief. So whatever is given by the nature, whatever is given by the demigods, we have to use it for them as well as for others, not for our selfish intent. Not with selfish intent, we use it for ourselves. So mind you, these demigods means not the mythological characters with different attires, what we see in TV serials or in cinemas. They are not demigods. They are the characters. Devata, demigods, refers to the divine forces, the transcendental, the celestial forces which are involved in creation and maintenance of this world. Shri Krishna says, when you respect and nurture these forces, these divine forces, the demigods, they shower upon you the benediction, the favors, the blessings without your asking. Without your asking. You do your work and then they do their work of showering the blessings on you. For example, how the nature keeps showering the blessings on us. You sow a seed, one seed, and in return, you get thousands of fruits for years. You see the mango tree that gives you mangoes, year after year, was planted with just one seed few years ago. And for many years, it keeps giving you delicious fruits for you and for your next generation as well. So you don't have to ask for fruits from the tree. It gives you naturally. Likewise, if you feed cow and look after her needs, you don't have to ask for milk from the cow. The cow will give you without your asking for it. So these divine forces, if you take care of them, if you worship them, if you follow your prescribed duty towards them, they shower on you in abundance without your asking. So when you look after Prakriti, when you don't abuse it or exploit it, then this very Prakriti looks after you. It nourishes you, it cherishes you. But the world reality is people are abusing the nature and the natural resources. In the greed of increasing the harvest, the farmers use dangerous chemicals, causing irreparable damage to the soil and to the earth. This shloka gives you advice that the mankind should never go against the laws of nature. We are seeing the results of going against the nature by nature's fury in the form of earthquakes, tsunamis, floods, droughts, dramatic climate changes like this. Now we see every day. It rains any time of the year. It is raining now. Is it the time to rain? But it rains any time now. And not to talk of the global warming, which may result in submerging of several islands, even several countries in future. So we are abusing the nature. Nature will show you what it can do. To avoid such frightening prospects that the Lord is saying, respect the nature, respect the divine forces. And if you do so, they in turn will nurture, shower on you with manifold benedictions, favors, blessings, prosperity, everything. So this is a lesson for us again from Shri Krishna. We go to next sloka, slok number 13. Yajnashishtashinas santo muchyante sarvakil vishaihi bhunjate titvagham papa ye pachantyatma karanat. Yajnashishta. Shishta means the remaining. The food that is remaining after you perform the yajna. You offer the food to the yajna and whatever is remaining, that food. Ashina. Ashina is the one who is eating. Muchyante, to get free, to get relief. Kilbishai. Kilbishai is sins, papa. Bhunjate, to enjoy. Adham. Adham is sins. Papa is those who are committing those sins, that means papis, sinners. Atmakarana, only the self. So Paramatma says in this sloka that the devotees of the Lord who first perform the yajnas means their prescribed duties. So those who perform the prescribed duties first for the demigods and others, and then remaining karma for themselves. So fulfill your prescribed duties first towards the demigods and towards the other people in the world, and then whatever is remaining, you do it for yourself. Such people get released from all kinds of sins. But others, the word-to-word meaning of this sloka is the others who cook the food for themselves and they eat themselves that food, they are eating sins. They are eating papa. In short, people who are performing the duties only for themselves, they are committing a sin. Paramatma says. So whatever has been given to you by nature, by Prakriti, it is to be used for those demigods, for the natural, for the nature, for the divine forces, as well as for others, not for your selfish things. Life is a yajna. This world, this entire creation of Paramatma is a yajna, which means all that is happening is the Lord's Leela. That is the divine play of Paramatma. Hence, all your actions should be geared up for achieving that higher goal, higher ideal, the higher objective. Why are we here on the earth? To attain the highest state of consciousness. Why are you born? To break the shackles of birth and death. So you have to go higher and higher. See, every living being has a purpose. Every plant, every tree is evolving, wanting to ascend, to go higher and higher. That is why, although you plant the seed under the ground, the sapling springs upwards and grows in a tree as if it wants to reach the sky. It goes high and high. Likewise, every human needs to take care. We need to take care and take efforts for progressing, for going higher and higher. And all those who are doing this particular principle, following this particular principle of going higher and higher in their life, they are called sadhak, explorers, strivers. The entire world is a divine game. And there is just one goal for us to achieve, which is to evolve our consciousness, our chetana, to the great levels. Chetana everybody has, but we have to achieve the great levels of that chetana. The Lord is saying to consider every aspect of your life as a yajna. Consider your whole life as a yajna. Be it eating, be it sleeping, or any other activity. Hence, whatsoever you do, whatsoever you receive, first offer it to the deities, to the divine forces. Not to those TV characters, what you see, but to the divine forces. In olden times, people would follow a tradition wherein some portion of the cooked food would be kept aside just in case some guests drop in. The first roti, chapati, would be kept aside for the cow, the second for the birds, and third would be kept for Brahmin. Brahmin means not by caste, but the one who was learned and imparting knowledge is called Brahmin. So the first fruit of the tree, the first crop of the harvest would be offered to the divine first. Farmers still do it. The tradition has died in modern times, except for some people, they still follow this practice. Those who earn for themselves are no better than pigs. The Lord says, whatsoever you receive, you attain, first offer it to the deities, to the divine forces. Eating without offering the food to divine, without offering your prayers of gratitude is indeed a sin. God says, then you are not eating food, you are eating sin. You ought to respect the food on your dining table, thank your stars, and express your utmost gratitude. For there are millions of people on this earth who starve to death for want of little food. We see in Africa, young kids dying because they don't get food. So we should thank our stars, and we should thank the divine forces that they are giving us this favor, these blessings year after year, and we are getting our food on our dining table. Once a sage was offered some mangoes, the sage kept gazing at the mango. This is a little story. One sage, he was offered mango by one of the devotees. That sage, he kept gazing at the mango for the fruits for a long time. The devotee said, Swamiji, I brought these sweet mangoes for you. Why didn't you eat it? The sage replied gently, I am looking at the remarkable journey made by this fruit. Someone planted the seed years back. Someone had taken the care of the plant for several years, and it would have taken so many years for the tree to grow and bear the fruits. It is even remarkable that this fruit, which is there in my hand now, which could have been eaten by some birds when it was on the tree, or it could have been eaten by some child, or raised to the ground due to some stormy wind. Somehow, it withstood all the odds and reached the market, traveling a long distance where you purchased it for me. So what an incredible journey, tedious journey this fruit has undergone. Such respect, such gratitude. Before eating that fruit, the Mahatma thought of so many things. In this context, it is said in Ayurveda that if you take any part of the plant, Ayurvedic plant I mean, for medicinal purpose, without first offering your prayer to the tree, then your herbs will simply not work. This has been the rich tradition of India. This is the sattvic, virtuous way of living life, which is taught to us. On the contrary, the tamasic people would be, as soon as they see water, they readily drink it. They see fruits, they mindlessly pluck the fruits from the tree and eat it. See the food and they greedily gulp it down. Complete lack of awareness. And here, Shri Krishna is teaching us to lead a life full of prayers and gratitude. Whatever is given to you, offer your prayers, express your gratitude. This is the way of life we are supposed to live. Be grateful, be respectful, and make sure that prayers become an integral part of your life. This is Bhagavad-Gītā, an encyclopedia on how to live the life. Let us follow these principles in our day-to-day life. Let us go to Shlok 14 now. Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyad danna sambhavaha yajnad bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhavaha. You may think this is a strange sloka. Annat means from the food grains. Bhavanti, grow. Bhutani, all living entities. In short, the meaning of this sloka is, from food, creatures come into being. Creatures are born, all living entities are born from food. From rain, the food is produced. And from yajna, that means your performance of prescribed duties, comes the rain. Now this is a strange line. By performing yajna, will the rain fall? Are we spreading some blind faith? And further, Paramatma says, yajna is born out of karma. Yajna is born out of action. What does it all mean? Shri Krishna says, all living beings survive on food. That is, we accept without any argument. And in effect, we are born from food. How we are born from food? You see, the sperm and the ova present in male and female are formed of the nutrients absorbed by male and female from the digested food. We eat food, male produce sperm and female have that ova. That leads to formation of embryo, and it is again food that sustains the growth of that embryo. Even after birth of baby, it is the food which enables that baby to grow into a child and then into adulthood. So food is the basic reason behind the existence of all the creatures, all the living entities. Everything is fine. But rain falls due to yajna. Are we spreading some blind faith? No. Bhagavad-Gītā never believes in spreading such blind faith. As we know, in Gita, yajna means your prescribed duty, kartavya karma. This simply means if men perform their duty, the gods will perform their duty by nurturing them through rain. In this context, there's a small, so as to say, anecdote, a small story. Once in a village, the astrologers of that village, they predicted that this year there won't be any rains. And all should be prepared for the drought. No rains. Dry season, totally. So they said, now we have done our duty of telling this to you based on our knowledge. Now you have to plan in advance what you want to do. We have done our kartavya karma of telling you this. We have done perform our prescribed duty. Then came the month of June, the monsoon month. The farmers of the village, they came together and they said, the astrologers have done their duty. Now what is our duty? Come the month of June and we start keeping our fields ready for sowing the food grains, the seeds, sowing the seeds. And then wait for the rains. Astrologers have performed their prescribed duties. Our prescribed duty is to keep the field ready for sowing. So why we should shy away from our prescribed duties? So they started keeping their fields ready for sowing. Seeing them working in the field, the peacocks more in the forest, they said, oh, now we have to perform our duty of getting ready to welcome the rains. The farmers are working in the field. That means the rains are to come. And what is our duty? To welcome the rains. And then they spread their wings and started singing and dancing, as we see the peacocks. Seeing them dancing and singing, the clouds in the sky, they said, astrologers have performed their prescribed duty. The farmers have performed their prescribed duties. Even the peacocks have performed their prescribed duties. Now it is our time to perform our prescribed duty. And what is our duty? We have no instructions to rain, but for thundering, we don't need anybody's instructions. Then the clouds started thundering. When Indra, the rain god, he heard clouds thundering, he realized that the astrologers, the farmers, the peacocks and clouds have all performed their kartavya karma. Now it is time for the god, for me, to get on to my job and perform my duty. And then he ordered the clouds to start the rains. So this is how, if we perform our duty, our prescribed duty, the gods will be forced to perform their prescribed duty. We don't do our duty and we keep blaming the God. This is how the God expects all to perform their duties and help running this Srushti Chakra, the universal cycle, smoothly. Yajna gets performed when everyone performs his respective prescribed duty. Yajna karma samadbhavaha. Yajna is formed because you perform the karma. So this is another lesson for all of us. Let us go to the 15th sloka. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajna pratishtitam. Karma. Brahma here means Vedas. Udbhava, to come from, to get produced. Vidhi, vidhi is to know. You should know. Samudbhavam. Samudbhavam means to come directly from. Tasmat. Tasmat means that's why, therefore. Sarvagatam. Sarvagatam, available at all places, all pervading. Pratishtitam. Pratishtitam is getting situated, present. And Brahma here means the Paramatma. So in short, this shloka says, Paramatma says to Arjuna that Arjuna, you should know that karma are prescribed in Vedas. Vedas, they prescribe the kartavya karma of each individual for all of the roles that individual is supposed to play. Vedas, that is the wisdom. Vedas means not the books, but Vedas, that means the wisdom. It comes directly from the Paramatma, Akshara Brahma. That is what this shloka says. Akshara Parabrahma is the creation of wisdom, creation of Vedas, creator of Vedas. Therefore, you must know that Paramatma is present with you when you are performing your prescribed duty. Because Vedas describe the karma, your kartavya karma, your prescribed duty, and Vedas are coming from Paramatma directly. So if you are performing the instructions of Paramatma as laid down by us through the wisdom, that means Paramatma is with you when you are following his instructions, his duty, his prescribed duties. If you are following your duties, never think you are alone. Always think God is with you. So in effect, God is performing the foremost yajna, the consequence of which is this entire creation. And this yajna is not bound by time. It is happening continually, unceasingly for crores of years. Living beings are born, then they die, and then they are reborn. The creation is followed by destruction, which is followed by creation again, and thus this cycle goes on and on and on. Performance of actions for one's own self and assumption of affinity to that insentient body are the obstacles in our objective of God realization. Paramatma says, keep performing your prescribed duties. So when we are performing our duty towards our parents, our mother and father, Paramatma says, I am there with you. I am there with you. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajna pratishtatam. That the Brahma is nitya, always present when you are performing your kartavya karma. So this gives a great confidence to us in performing our prescribed duty. When we are doing our duty, we discussed this many times, what are our duties? Always think that God is with me, I am not alone. When you see God as your partner in performing your duty, what kind of moral boost you will get? So Geeta is teaching such wonderful principles to us to get involved in our karma wholeheartedly, with dedication. Knowing that God is with you, how can you lack dedication? No way. Now, when we get attached to body, these obstacles get removed when the duty is performed or prescribed duty is performed without expecting any reward or return. And when we perform duties for the welfare of others, and this way you rediscover the God which is already existing, established in you. Nityam pratishtatam. He is there in you, you rediscover it when you perform your prescribed duty. So this is the way to realize the God within you when you perform your prescribed duty without expecting anything in return. Then you rediscover the God which is already existing in you. Nitya Yajna Pratishtha. Okay, we go to next sloka now, 16. Evam pravartitai chakran nanuvartayati hayah aghayurendriya ramo mogham partha sajivati. Evam means like this. Pravartitam. The routine going on since beginning of this Srishti, of this universe, as described in Vedas. Chakram is the cycle, the universal cycle. Anuvartayati means to follow, to adopt. Indriyaram. This is an important terminology. Indriyaram, a person who is satisfied, absorbed all the time only in sense gratification is Indriyaram. Mogham is useless, purposeless. Jivati is to live. Now Paramatma says in this sloka to Arjuna, it is the duty of human beings to perform the prescribed duties. Fine. To keep the smooth running of this universal cycle. So we perform our prescribed duties to help, to assist Brahma, Parabrahma, the creator of this universe, to smoothly run the universal cycle, the universe that he has created. Those who do not follow this law of universe, for them, Paramatma is saying this shloka. Evam pravartite chakra nanuvartayati haya aghavirindriya ramo mogam parsas jivati. It means one who in this world does not follow the universal cycle, the Srishti Chakra, by avoiding performance of prescribed duties mentioned in Vedas, that person who is engaged only in sense gratification, Indriya Sukh, he always lives a life full of sins and his life goes in vain, useless. Mogham Parthas Jivati. His life is useless. He is living the life for nothing. He is a good for nothing character. So you see, you have to adopt to the laws of nature, those divine forces, to the cycle of life and not vice versa. Shri Krishna says that for one who thus lives in complete harmony with the nature, with those divine forces, his karmas will not bind him anymore. On the contrary, the one who uses this world as no more than a tool for sense gratification, for only Indriya Sukh, he thinks that the body, mind, intellect, senses are all given to me by God only for enjoying the life. He is involved only in sense gratification. That fellow is in effect living the life of sins, papa. Such people are called Indriyaram. That means they are enslaved to senses. Indriyaram are the people who are enslaved to their senses. Indriyon ke gulam. Indriyaram. You see, human beings and animals have 4 similarities. Ahar, Nidra, Bhay, and Maithun. There is a shloka. Samanyamitat Pashubhir Naranam. Dharmo hi desha madhiko visheshaha dharmena hinaha Pashubhi samanaha. In short, it means that eating, sleeping, fear, and sex. Ahar, Nidra, Bhay, and Maithun. Sex. Eating, sleeping, fear, and sex. These are the 4 similarities between human beings and animals. Human beings have only one special extra thing given by the God, that is our dharma. Dharma means not Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai dharma, but dharma means our kartavya karma, our duties. If they don't use this extra thing given to them, then there is no difference between human beings and animals. Ahar, Nidra, Bhai, Maithun, they also do, we also do. But then, if we don't use our dharma, we don't follow our dharma, then there is no difference between human beings and animals. In short, be in tune with the natural laws is beneficial for all of us. For example, waking up early in the morning, say between 4 and 5, doing your asanas and pranayam, sleeping by 10 o'clock, and having your evening meal at least 4 hours before sleeping is all good for your health. Basically, in the early morning, there is an increase of negative ions of oxygen, which impart good health. This is the reason you feel so good and fresh when you go to the mountain tops or near the waterfalls. because there is marked increase there in the negative ions of oxygen. And this is one reason why sadhus and monks, they prefer to live at higher altitude. You go to Uttarakhand, you see so many sadhus living on the top of hills. Because these negative oxygen ions, they impart good health, which is crucial for performing any spiritual practices. Now, the Paramatma has given us this mind, body, intellect, senses, everything. It is for us where we use this. We become Indriya Ram and spend our whole life in only sense gratification, or we use some constructive use of these four things given by God. You see the grapes, we see they can be used for making those kishmish manuka, or the same grapes can be used for making wine. Similarly, body, mind, intellect can be put to doing some sattvic pious karma, or can be engaged in material pleasures or sense gratification. And then with this, we live a sinful life, Paramatma says. What you want to do is your own choice. You want to apply your body, mind, and intellect in sense gratification and live a life full of sins, or you want to do some sattvic pious karma and get engaged in your connection with Paramatma, the choice is yours. Because it is your body, because it is your intellect, because it is your mind. So how to use it is your choice. Paramatma doesn't force anyone for doing anything. He is just showing a mirror to us. Bhagavad-Gītā never forces people to do something. It is showing the mirror to us. If you do this, this will happen. If you do that, that will happen. You decide what to do. I am showing the mirror to you. Both options are given. We have given the freedom to do the karma as per our choice. That's why even after reading all so much of Adhyatma, people still commit Rajasic and Tamasic karma, because the freedom is given to you. It is not forced upon you that you read Gita and you do only Sattvic karma. Paramatma says, you read Gita, but I am not forcing anything on you. You have to understand Gita, and then you will be tempted to do only Sattvic pious karma. You will never go to Rajasi and Tamasic karma if you understand Gita well. But Paramatma never forces. He never thrusts his opinion on us. Me mataha. In Bhagavad-Gītā, so many slokas says, this is my opinion. Paramatma says very politely, this is my opinion. Me mataha. You may have different opinion. This is the humility of Paramatma. Okay, now let us proceed on to the next sloka, slok 17. We studied in slok 16, Paramatma has described the character called Indriya Ram. Evam pravardita chakran nanuvartayati hayah aghahir Indriya Ramo mogam parthas jivati. We saw how he behaves. Now, Paramatma is explaining the attributes of his dear devotee, which is called Atma Ram. So we saw the Indriya Ram. Now we see the traits of Atma Ram in slok number 17. Yastvatmaratireva syad atmatruptascha manavaha atmanyeva santushtas tasya karyanna vidyate. Karyanna vidyate. What a statement. Karyanna vidyate. He has no duty to be performed. Karyanna vidyate. The Lord says, one who is blissful in his own self, Atma. Satisfied within self, Atma. For him, there are no obligatory duties for such a self-realized person. Why no duties? Because his duties have become a part of his life. Let us try this game sometime. I tried it and I found it very interesting. You can also try it. Next time when your spouse starts fighting with you, happens. Nobody can say, no, it doesn't happen. It does happen. On some issue, in a fit of anger, the spouse is angry with you and fighting with you. Don't get involved. Don't get involved. Just watch the whole show with detachment. It is a live show, as per the screenplay going on in the mind of your spouse. So just enjoy. Sometimes, if you expect your son to behave in a particular way, that is as per the screenplay running in your mind. But your son walks in, when that screenplay is running in your mind, your son walks in and he starts uttering some dialogues as per the screenplay running his own mind. So there are conflicting screenplays running at all times. Just be a witness and witness all the drama that is unfolding around you. The day you realize yourself, your real self, I mean, the day you will get established in your divine I. How will you know that I am established in my divine I? We'll see at the end of this. The day you will love your own pure self, the day you will contemplate on nothing but on your real self, the day you will get supremely satisfied with your own self without any external help, no material world. Get satisfied within yourself by yourself, without any external help, without external factor. From that moment, there will be no obligatory duties for you. Because you have found the satisfaction within yourself. People keep performing duties for the material world because they think that by doing this, I will get satisfaction. I want to earn more money because I will be more satisfied in my mind. Does it ever happen? I want to buy a car so that I will be more satisfied in my mind. Does it ever happen? It remains for 10 days, 15 days, 1 month at the most. After that, it becomes a matter of routine. You don't get any enjoyment. You don't get any anxiety of having your own car. It has already happened past. So nothing is permanent. That joy is not permanent. Now, when Paramatma says no duties for you, there are no obligatory duties for such a person who has found the joy within himself, by himself. For him, there are no prescribed duties. Now, does it mean that you stop getting early in the morning? You stop doing meditation? Does it mean that I can eat as much as I want? Or does it mean I can sleep for as many hours as I want? No, it does not mean that. What it means is that one who has lived his life in accordance with and in harmony with the divine sources, the divine forces and the nature, for such a person, getting up early in the morning is no more a punishment. It has become a part of his life. It is a part of his daily routine. It has become a source of joy for him. It is no more a punishment for him. It was punishment when he was new. But now when he is getting up early in the morning and doing some meditation, it is a source of abundant joy for him. Eating more and sleeping more does not make him joyful at all. Meditation, it does not remain a compulsion on him now. Rather, his every moment, he is effortlessly filled with that meditation. He does not have to remember the God at certain time of the day. At 9 o'clock, I will sit for puja in front of God and then we'll pray God. No such binding on time. Because the remembrance of God occurs spontaneously with every of his breath. When you don't have to say your prayers, rather the prayers happen instinctively and unceasingly in you. If this is happening, then these are the signs that you have now become established in and satisfied with your own self. These are the signs. You see, there are two types of men we discussed. One was Indriya Ram. In sloka, earlier sloka, evam pravarti chakra nano vartiyati yahya aghayur Indriya Ramo mogam parsa jivati. That was the traits of Indriya Ram. Now, in this sloka, God is describing his dear devotee, the Atma Ram. This Atma Ram is all the time busy in making sure that the Srishti Chakra, the universal cycle, the Srishti created by his Lord, by the Creator, by Paramatma, keeps running smoothly, and he keeps contributing his best for that. He does not have to see outwards for happiness and satisfaction. He has found that within himself, by himself, without any outside material help. And he contributes in the best possible way through his mind, intellect, body in the running of this Srishti Chakra, universal cycle. This person has no demands. He has no desires. Atmananda, there are several such Atmananda we have seen in our Adhyatma stories. King Bhartrahari, the elder brother of King Bhoj of Ujjaini, was one such Atmaram, Bhartrahari. In his old age, he would do any activity to help the needy and poor. Once, Parvati Devi got pleased with him the way he was conducting his life by helping the poor and the needy. She appeared in front of him and she said to Bhartruhari that I am very happy with you. The way you are helping the needy and poor, the way you are living your life, I am extremely pleased the way you are conducting your life. Ask anything that you want. You can ask anything that you want. Bhartruhari smiled and politely said to Parvati Devi, Devi, I don't want anything. I have everything. I have everything that I need. I don't want anything. But Parvati, she insisted that now she has come here all the way. She will not go back empty-handed without giving him something. You will have to accept something from me, Parvati said. You will have to accept something from me. Bhartruhari tried again and again, but he failed. Finally, he said, okay, if you're insisting that I should get something from you, I am stitching this blanket from the old torn clothes so that I can give it to people who need it in winter. So he was stitching some blankets from the old cloths. You know, these days also old saris of ladies, they use it for stitching the blankets which provide you warmth in the winter. Very soft they are. The children specifically love it. When they get such kind of blanket from their grandma, they love this kind of blankets. So Bhartruhari was stitching such blanket from the old torn cloths. And then he said to Parvati, if you really want to do something for me, while talking to you, when I was stitching these blankets, the thread is all finished. Please take this needle, please take this thread and help me to put this thread in the needle. If you do that, I'll be more than happy. This is Atmaram. The God is standing in front of you, but you have nothing to ask even from the God. Strange. So these are the Atmaram. That means the Atmaram does not need anything even from the God. Knowing fully well that the material pleasures he may be showered with is not permanent. Knowing that the position, the money, the fame, the honor, the respect are all temporary. They're all temporary things. He is deeply engrossed in his own self and is extremely happy by himself within himself. This Atmaram is very satisfied all the time. He has nothing to get or nothing to achieve. He has no desire, no expectation. He never thinks he is short of anything. And therefore, there is no running around like we do, or there is no anxiety in his mind at any time. And then, what type of obligated duties he will have to do? His intellect, his soul is already so much refined that he has no obligatory duties left for him now. Nothing. Even then, he keeps doing Nishkam Karma like that Bhartruhari king was doing. So such Atmaram, they are satisfied within themselves, but they still keep doing Nishkam Karma for the benefit of others. Okay, we go to next sloka, sloka number 18. Naiva dasya krute nartho nakrute neha kasyana nachasa sarva bhuteshu kaschidarthavyapashrayah. No, that is never. Krutena. Krutena is to do your duty. Akrutena, without discharging the duty. Akrutena and akrutena, opposite. Sarva bhuteshu, all the living beings. Vyapashrayah. Vyapashrayah, that means the Swarthaka Sambandha, business deal agreement. You do this, I do this. You do that, I do that. Exchange of things, business like. So Paramatma says in this sloka that such a person means the one which we saw in the 17th sloka, that Atmaram, that person, that Atmaram, has no purpose of gain in this world by performing any action, any karma. Nor does he lose anything by not performing the karma. He is not dependent on anyone for anything. You see, this devotee Atmaram, who has discovered the new joy in the soul by deep meditation or devotion, is completely satisfied. He has found within a perfect happiness. He has achieved the purpose of life. He has fulfilled the duty for which he was born. In reuniting himself with the God, he has automatically discharged all his obligations to the creation. What is left then? So there are no actions, no fruits of action, and no bondage of action. The person is a free spirit. Such a person has no vested interest in the world, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. And nor does he have any need to depend on any other living being. And thus, he is no longer a slave of any relationship. We get enslaved to our relationship. In contrast, all ignorant people like us, we are enslaved to one or the other. Children are dependent on their parents, the husband is dependent on wife, and vice versa, of course. Why? Because everyone needs something from the other. Let us accept it. Everyone needs something from the other. Moreover, they do karmas with selfish intent. Most of the human beings, they do karmas with selfish intent of expanding the wealth, and that puts the mind and body of such people in great stress. And that great stress is then followed by many diseases. Probably in this last few days of his life, then he realizes that man who has been running after all material things in life, throughout his life, causing immense stress on him, causing so many diseases coming into his body and mind. At the end of life, when he is lying on his bed, he realizes that he did not do anything for the Almighty in his life. He did not do anything for the Paramatma in his life. But then it is too late by then. The train of spiritual evolution has already left the station long back. You are late, boss. You are very late. Try to bring Krishna's words into practice. Remember that this entire creation is a yajna. Every part of this creation is doing karma, and you too have to join to this yajna. You cannot remain without doing any karma and without participation in this yajna karma of Paramatma. Okay, we go to the next sloka, sloka number 19. Tasmadasakta sadadang karyang karma samachara asakto yacharan karma parama apnoti purushaha. Tasmat, that's why, therefore, asakta means without attachment. Karyam, the prescribed duty. Acharan is your behavior, performance. So Paramatma says in this shloka that therefore, Arjuna, perform your duty efficiently, skillfully, without attachment. For by actions without attachment, man attains the supreme. He attains the supreme gati when he performs his actions without attachment and without expecting the return reward. See, when we are born, we are provided with body, mind, intellect, sense by the nature, by Prakriti. Using this property of nature, that is the world, we earn and create property and riches from this very world. We did not bring it. We created it from this world only, no? So it also belongs to the world only. And when we leave this world, we have to leave all that body, mind, intellect, senses, property, riches, whatever you have done. Here only. You don't carry anything with you. That means we were provided with this material of body, intellect, senses, and all that in the same way like a new employee. For example, a clerk in office is provided an office table, office chair, stationery, PC for working in the office, for doing the office work. It does not mean that it is his. It does not mean that it is given to him for doing his personal work. It is given to him temporarily for doing office work. As the clerk is paid for doing this office work, similarly, when the striver, the devotee, he works for the world, renouncing all selfish intent. That means not working for self. Like the clerk is not expected to work for himself, but for work for the office. Similarly, this devotee, he has renounced all selfish intent and works for others. Like that clerk is working for the office. Then he gets the salary. The clerk was getting the salary in the office. Now this devotee, he gets rewarded by getting identified with the God. This unity with God is the reward that he gets of his service. The world is the field for practicing spiritual discipline. It is not for enjoyment of your senses. Whatever material has been provided to us, Sharir, Indriya, Man, Buddhi, here is for practicing the spiritual practices rather than for pleasures and property. It is neither ours nor for us. If and when we gain our objectives, there is that supreme bliss, Atmananda. When we get that God realization, self-realization, then nothing remains to be gained thereafter. We have been rewarded adequately. A karma yogi who, without assuming a thing of his own and for him, uses it in order to render service to others. That karma yogi, he gets liberated from the world bondage. As he is devoid of attachments and devoid of feeling of I, my, mine, then all the actions that he takes, the flow of those actions is towards the world, because he is not doing for I, me, mine. He is doing it for others, they. So the flow of actions is towards the world. And hence these actions don't bind him, because the actions are not for him, they are for somebody else. So these actions is, the flow is not towards him, but towards the world. It doesn't bind him. And he gets liberated. On the contrary, a common man performs the action with attachment and with the feeling of I, my, own, everything, mine. Thus the flow of actions that he takes is towards him, not towards the world. When the flow of action is towards you, then his actions will definitely bind him. And he gets tied down with those and cannot be liberated. To leave the attachments does not mean to leave working. It only means that continue to work, but devoid of attachment. Detachment from attachment is the stage of highest development of your intellect, your buddhi. When your buddhi attains that stage of detachment from attachment, assume that you have attained the highest pinnacle of your buddhi. You don't bring it artificially in you. This stage you start experiencing this stage automatically with the steady development of your intellect. When you read Geeta, try to understand, do your own manan chintan on Geeta, your intellect starts getting developed, and a day comes when your intellect attains that highest stage of development, when you start getting detached from attachments. So this is a process which happens within you automatically. And the knowledge of Geeta definitely helps us in developing our intellect on that path of spirituality. So let us hold Geeta till the end of our life if we want to develop our intellect to that level wherein we get detached from attachments. And detachment is not an external thing. It is an internal change in you. We see many actors who do the roles of saints or demigods in cinema or TV serials. And after the shoot is over, those same very characters who were playing saints and demigods, they start smoking and drinking. So outwardly, however hard you may try to show detachment, unless it happens internally within you, it cannot come in your behavior. For that, your intellect is to be given the right sanskars continually. It is like sharpening the knife. The intellect has to be sharpened with adhyatmic thoughts continually. Reading Geeta and doing Manan Chintan continually will sharpen your intellect and will take you to that stage. Okay, we go to next sloka now, 20. Karmaneva hi samsiddhimastita janakadayaha lokasangrahamevapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. Karmana is the work. Samsiddhim, that param siddhi, supreme destination for which we are all trying. Janakadayaha, Janak and other kings like Janaka. Lokasangraha for betterment of people at large, general public. So Paramatma says in this shloka, the God is convincing us that you cannot attain your destination, your param gati, without karma. For that, he gives the example of King Janak, the father of Sita. Kshatriya kings like Janaka, they initially did prescribed duties for refinement of their chitta, that means mind, intellect. After chitta shuddhi, when they attained self-realization, they started working for the loka sangraha me vapi. What is loka sangraha? That we'll see. That means for the betterment of people at large. Now God is cautioning us here. When you attain that Atmananda, satisfaction, happiness by yourself, within yourself, that Atmananda, without any external factors, of course, and then start doing your karma, it may so happen that you get attached to those karmas. But getting attached to karmas, that may reduce your Atmananda. While doing all karma, if you focus continually on Paramatma, then only such karmas are trouble-free for you. Otherwise, such karma may reduce your Atmananda. Small story. A newly married couple was staying in a rented house. After a year or so, they got a child. The child thought this was his house, and he was happily playing in the house. He grew, he became 14, 15 years old, and he was still thinking that the house is his house. One day, the landlord came to collect the monthly rent when this boy was at home. That time he got a shock and he came to know that this was not his house. They were only the user of the house. Similarly, God is the creator and owner of this universe, but we never think it that way. My, mine is all we think and consider and live our life assuming everything as my and mine. The people who realize self and have realized the God are busy doing karmas to remove this very confusion from the minds of these ignorant people. Loka sangraham evapi. To persuade people to turn to the real by bringing them from the unreal path is loka sangraha. Bringing them to the path of reality. What is real life? That is loka sangraha. Uplifting of people, helping them to come on the right path is loka sangraha. And to set an example for such people by doing your own behavior is loka sangraha. Pujya Swamiji is doing loka sangraha. Collecting all people and taking them on the right path is loka sangraha. What the political leaders of today who collect groups of thoughtless people for shouting slogans and attaining their selfish designs is not loka sangraha. It is not loka sangraha. In fact, they are acting against the definition of loka sangraha. They are derailing people from their path. Well, loka sangraha means bringing the people on the right path. Okay, we go to next sloka, 21 now. This is important. Yadyadacharati sreshthas tattadevetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. Yat means whatever. Acharati means he does, he behaves. Tat that means that. Pramanam, standard. Kurute, to do, to perform. Anuvartate, to follow. So Paramatma says, whatever an ideal person does, he is followed by others as well. That means the ideal person, the great people, whatever they do, they are followed by others, common people. And whatever standard is set by that great man, that ideal person, the world follows the same standard as an ideal for them. So to follow the footsteps of famous great ideal personalities who have achieved something in their life, in the society, is a human nature. Young boys and girls, mostly misguided, they follow film stars. Some small-time business people, they follow some Tata, Birla, Ambani, or Adani, maybe somebody. And people like us who want to follow our Adharaniya Sanju Bhaiya or Ashu Bhaiya or some such people who are our guiding force in this path of Geeta. So the people who are followed or who become the ideals for the common people, such ideals decide how the face of the society will be. They decide how the society will be. If the society is peaceful and hardworking, you can safely assume that the ideals of that society are also peaceful and hardworking. Whatever wrong things we see in the life, in the society today, is mainly because people following wrong people as their ideals. Can you expect a peaceful society if the people start following some miscreants, some violent person as their leader? Cannot. But such ideal, that means ideal in the real sense, I mean, such people are only capable of doing loka sangraha. These ideals have great responsibility on their shoulders. Common people accept their behavior as a set standard for following. If these ideal people are inactive, the society will surely go down. Chanakya has said once, the nation meets downfall not due to activities of evildoers, activities of papa karmis, but due to inactiveness of good people. Good people keep inactive, and that is the reason for downfall of a country. This is a great message. We have to rise and act to save the country. Okay, then we also see around us many families, and whatever is the behavior of a Dadaji or Nanaji and that family, the juniors, the youngsters, younger members of the family, they follow the same pattern of their behavior. So the matter here is, a brave warrior like Arjuna, if he relinquishes his prescribed karma, people would follow him. And that would be suicidal for the society. They will say, Arjuna did not do anything, so we also don't do anything. So that will be suicidal for the society. God therefore emphasizes that Arjuna, ideal people have high responsibility as the society follows them. Yadyada charti sreshtas tattadeveta rojamana sayat pramanam kurte lokas tadanuvartate. Okay, we quickly take one more sloka, that is 22. In 22 sloka, Paramatma says, Name pardhasti kartavyam drishilokeshu kinchana nanavaptamavaptavyam varta evacha karmani. Paramatma says, no, means not me, mine. Asti means there is kartavyam, prescribed duty. Avaptavyam, to be gained. Anavaptavyam, something which is unavailable. So Paramatma says, there is nothing, no prescribed duty for me in any of these three worlds. Swarga, Prithvi, Patal. No prescribed duty for me, Arjuna. Nor there is anything that should be achieved and it is unachievable for me. There is nothing. Yet, I engage myself in karma. I don't avoid karma. The Lord says, anything that I want from this world is obtained effortlessly. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to perform any task in order to obtain anything. I am not the ordinary human being. My reach is beyond anyone's comprehension. There is obligation for me. There is no obligation for me. And yet, you see me performing the actions. I am never inactive. Shri Krishna had nothing to gain from Arjuna's victory. Nor did he lose anything by his defeat. But was still participating in the war. He was performing all actions in order to attain the goal of human life. That is fighting injustice. And right from his childhood, Krishna had fought injustice and unrighteousness. Then be it from his own uncle Kamsa or from the demon Bakasur or several other immoral and some nefarious characters. Krishna was divine. He was God. God refers to one who can do anything and everything. But he still fights demons with his bare hands. And endearing cries when he is caught red-handed stealing butter as a child by his mother. This is because he behaves in accordance with what is the requirement of him in this human life. So he did full justice to his character and showed what is naughtiness, what is mischief, and how to pass on pranks, etc. when he was a child. He behaves as a child in his childhood, and in his youth, he does all activities performed by the youth. But whatsoever he does, he remains unattached. That is important. What a game of love he played with gopis and with Radha. And such was the depth of his love that even now, several thousand years after that, people of Vrindavan still sing songs of the eternal love of Krishna and Radha, the divine love of Krishna and gopis, even today. But this his non-attachment is clearly reflected by the fact that all love notwithstanding, once he left Vrindavan, he never ever returned to meet Radha or the gopis. He went all places, Mathura and Hastinapur and all that, and got involved in doing varieties of activities, but never did he go back to Vrindavan. People may say, what kind of love is this? But this is exactly what Krishna is showing to the world. Whatever you are, be there totally, but remain unattached from inside. No strings attached, no expectations, no bondage. Mind you, the Krishna was not cheating or lying. But despite connecting with the person at level of body, mind, or even intellect, he would remain unattached and unaffected from inside. He did not even send a letter to his parents, Nanda and Yashoda. This is total unattachment, non-attachment. But as long as he was there in Vrindavan, he was the most devoted and loving son. Krishna already mentioned in so many slokas in Bhagavad-Gītā that whatever karma you do it perfectly, do it skillfully, do to the best of your ability. That is why Krishna is regarded as complete, perfect man to follow. People love Krishna. A complete son, a complete lover, a complete friend, and a complete guru, and a complete enemy or foe. Nothing about Krishna was incomplete or imperfect. Lord says, there is nothing in this world which I cannot attain, yet I perform karma. I do all that is appropriate at appropriate time for me. I think we stop here and we'll continue with further slokas in the next session. Thank you so very much for listening to me. Now the forum is open for your questions.
Thank you so much, Bhaiya, for this insightful Vivechan. All of us, as always, are reeling under your stories. Such beautiful everyday examples that you have given. And I'm sure the sadhaks are going to apply it, like you said, in our lives. If any of us want to revisit, we can go to vivechan.learngeeta.com, look for Bhaiya's name and the adhyay, and you can revise whatever he said, because so many stories Bhaiya said that, and if we want to revise it. Uma Didi, you can please start your video so that I can unmute you. Yes, Didi, you can ask your question. Didi, unmute yourself. Yes, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Bhaiya, my question is, when somebody's duty or what we are doing is always for others, for like orphan children or old age people or anyone, others, to make them happy, then I get very happy. But I'm thinking that ultimately, am I doing it only for my happiness? Is that selfish?
Yes. To do it for your happiness is a selfish act. And Paramatma is exactly saying the same thing, that if you are doing for your satisfaction, then you are getting asakti in that karma. You are getting attached to the karma because that karma is giving you satisfaction. Do it.
No, but I love the happiness of the children. That when they are happy, I am happy, but I'm not doing it because I am happy. I am doing it because I want to see them happy.
That is perfect. That is perfect. That is what is expected. Don't do it for your happiness. Do it for others' happiness. That is the teaching of Geeta.
But the end result is you feel satisfied, right, of doing that. So I'm thinking ultimately you feel satisfied in doing that. Then does that become selfish?
No. Your satisfaction comes to you because of their happiness. If they are happy, but if you are doing it for your satisfaction, your happiness, then that is not prescribed. What is prescribed is you sometimes you may have to do some unpleasant act as your kartavya karma for your grandson or granddaughter. If he is doing some naughty things, you have to get angry with him.
Correct.
In the process, he may get angry with you, and in the process, he may say some bad words against you. That may make you unhappy. So, are you doing it for your happiness or unhappiness, or are you doing it for his good? So, that is the teaching, that do it for the good of others, whether it is making you happy or whether it is making you unhappy. Do your kartavya karma, your prescribed duty.
Okay. So the other question is, when I pray every day, I always pray that every species, every region in this world, whoever is hungry, please give them food. And I also say, bless my family and children with good health and peace and bhakti. Is that a selfish prayer, or is that an okay? Is that okay prayer?
That is not selfish prayer. That is the prayer Paramatma expects us to recite every day. That we are living this life for others and we are praying for the welfare of others. Sarve Sukhan Bhavantu, whatever we say is that only, that everybody in the world should be happy.
Yes,
If you are
because
praying for
I do
others,
that every day, every morning.
that is
When I boil
excellent.
the milk, I keep the milk and I say that, I say, make this reach everybody who is hungry in this world.
Yeah, that is
And
excellent.
I also ask for my children and families good health, peace, and bhakti for them.
Yeah.
I was not sure, is it because if I'm asking for my children, is that a selfish thing?
No, whether it is your children or whether you are asking for the social society at large, when so long as you are not asking for yourself, it is okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Madidi. You are an amazing soul, and that is why I think Krishna chose you on this path
Yeah.
of Geeta ji. Beautiful soul and beautiful inspiration, Didi. Anybody else has any question, please raise your hand. Because I do understand. Bhaiya gives such vivid examples that it is very clear whether when he says the clerk example where he gets payment and our payment comes directly from Krishna, all those examples, spouse fight. Bhaiya, what happens if I'm one who's starting the fight?
What is that?
When you said when your spouse is fighting with you, just enjoy. What if I am fighting and enjoying the fight?
You see, we have to understand that everybody has a freedom of thought.
Yes.
And he is acting perform his karma as per the script that is going on in his mind.
Yes, Bhaiya. That
So
was a
we should not
beautiful
expect that
example.
he should act as per the script going in my mind.
Yes.
The mistake we do is the script is going in my mind and you expect that other person to act as per the script going in your mind, which
Yes,
never
yes.
happens. He will act
Amazing
based on the script going on in his own mind.
Yes,
And
Bhaiya.
this we need to understand.
Chitra Didi, you want to ask a question? Please unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna Bhaiya.
Yes,
I just wanted to ask, earlier person has asked something. It is in connection with that only. There are some people who leave the family behind and accept sannyas to become detached. But I believe that while being in the family itself, one can be detached. Which way is correct? To leave the family just and then take sannyas and go ahead is the best form, because there you can get rid of detachment, but not in the family life. Which is best?
Best to live in the family and keep performing your duties for the family, for others, unattachedly. Unattachedly. See, Geeta never says you leave your karma and run away in a forest or on Himalaya and then live in a seclusion and do your sadhana. Never.
But there are many people who leave everything and become sadhu,
That is not
sannyas.
expected. See, this Gita is said by Lord Krishna, who himself was a family man. It is said to another family man, Arjuna. So it is from family man to family man. And it is for all the family men in the world to live the life while remaining in the family, but living the life with no ownership of the karma, no sights on the karma phala, and no attachment. So that is the skill of living the life.
Yes, Bhaiya, but that is very, very difficult. They certainly try to do slowly, it is coming, but it's not all that easy.
Yeah. But the more you start practicing, you would start practicing one by one. First, get detached from attachment. Don't try to collect all attributes in one attempt. You may fail. Everybody will fail. So try to reduce your attachments slowly, one by one. Then you start stopping the ownership of the karma that you are doing. Then you stop looking at the result, reward, return of the karma. So step by step, if you go to attaining this particular path, you may attain one by one. So the first thing that should happen is detachment from attachment. It may sound very difficult, but it is achievable. Who is my wife? Who is my husband? Arey bhai, she was your wife. She is your wife in this life. You have lived many lives. We learned in Gita in 4th adhyay. Bahunime vyatitani janmani tvar jano tanya vidya sarvani natvam vettaparandava. All of us have lived many lives. We don't remember. We were living with the same wife, same husband in the previous life. If she is going to remain with us in the next life also, okay, this life we are together, fine, very good, welcome, most welcome.
Yes. Just
Yeah, very well explained. You said the result of the karma.
Yeah.
So
Return
what?
reward. Return reward of the karma. Normally we take up the karma in hand. Before we execute the karma, we think, what am I going to gain out of it? So we are setting our sight on the karma phala before starting the karma. So that is not recommended. You
Okay.
perform your karma and karmanyavadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana.
Yes, Bhaiya. Thank you very much. Very well explained, Bhaiya.
Thank you.
ask your question. पूछिए भैया, मनोरंजन भैया.
हाँ जय श्री कृष्ण
Jai
जय
Shri
श्री
Krishna.
कृष्ण जी
Jai Shri Krishna.
हाँ I would ask I would join meeting a little late, so in sloka number 14 and 15 can you re-explain, sir, please? 14 and 15.
14 is annat bhavanti bhutani parjanyat danna sambhava yajnat bhavati parjanyo yajna karma samudbhava.
जी
Initially it will be little long. I will try to make it as concise as possible. Annat bhavanti bhutani, all the living entities come into existence from anna. Male eat anna, female eat anna, and then when they come together, the new life is born. Right? Annat bhavanti bhutani. Parjanyat danna sambhava. Anna gets...
Anna means rice.
Huh?
Anna means rice. Yeah.
Now, anna means the food grain. See, the male, female,
Food
everybody
grain.
eats the food. Okay. And then whatever Shukranu and Om gets created in male and female, when they come together, the new life gets born. So, Annat Bhavanti Bhutani. Bhutani is the living entity. So, living entity come into existence from Anna. This is the first charan. Second charan is Parjanyat Danna Sambhava. Anna becomes produced, gets produced because of rains. Parjanyat Danna Sambhava. This is the second charan. That is obvious. When the rain falls, the food grains gets produced. Okay. Then third charan is Yajnat Bhavati Parjanyo. Yajnat Bhavati Parjanyo. That means everybody keeps performing his kartavya karma, and that the rain will fall. That is the word-to-word meaning. But as explained, see, if we are performing our kartavya karma, the gods are also forced to perform their kartavya karma. This is how the Srushti Chakra keeps going on. When we are performing our kartavya karma, so a small story was told in this process, and yajna karma samudbhava. Yajna gets performed when we are performing our kartavya karma. So our kartavya karma, which we do day in and day out, serving our parents or taking care of neighbors or taking care of sick people or living in the society and taking care of our members in the society, is yajna. Our kartavya karma for anyone and everybody in the society is a yajna. And when we perform our karma, we are performing a yajna. This is the meaning. And karma brahmodbhavam viti brahmakshara samudbhavam tasmat sarvagatam brahma nityam yajna pratishtitam. Karmas are mentioned in Vedas. Ved have come from Parabrahma. So if we are performing karma as per stipulations of Vedas, Vedas have come from Parabrahma. If we are following the instructions of Parabrahma, Paramatma, then Nityam Yajna Pratishtitam. Whenever we are doing Kartavya Karma, Paramatma is present with us in that Kartavya Karma.
It means we work our karma in a systematic way or in as per Vedas, as per rule.
Systematic way, of course, is expected, but the Kartavya Karma, see, there are three types of karma. One is say prohibited karma, another is Kartavya Karma. Okay. Another is karma. We will discuss that. What is that karma and all that. But you are supposed to perform your prescribed duty. You are not supposed to perform prohibited duties. You are not supposed to insult your parents. You are not supposed to abuse your neighbors. So these are not kartavya karma. These are prohibited duties. So don't do that. Perform your kartavya karma. Whenever you are performing your prescribed duty, the Paramatma is with you in performance of that duty. You are never alone. That is the confidence this sloka gives us.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
I think Ram Ritvik Bhaiya had raised his hand. There was a young child. Ram Bhaiya, are you there? Ask your question.
Yes, Didi. Bhaiya, is it selfish for expecting your karma, or is it the process which matters?
Sorry, I don't get you. You don't
Ask the
expect
question
anything
again,
from
Bachi.
if you are doing your karma. For example, you are very young, you are a student. Okay. You are expected to study. But if you study with this thought in mind that I should score first rank in the school all the time, then that is not expected. You are supposed to study. That's all. What rank you get is not in your hand. When the examiner is checking your answer paper, it is up to him how many marks he should give you. Is it in your hand? You should do your best and leave the result to someone else, which in Gita we call it as Parabrahma. So you do your karma of studying. Don't expect results, that the result will be as per your choice or as per your demand or as per your liking.
Was that your question,
Okay.
Bache? Do you want to ask something else? Yeah, I think we have no more questions right now.
Okay.
Don't see any questions here. And like I said, if you have missed anything, like Manoranjan we had missed, vivechan.learngeeta.com. Please go to vivechan.learngeeta.com, choose the speaker, choose the adhyay. So Bhaiya's, this session also will be there recorded for you. And you'll also get a summary. When Vivechan writing is done, you'll get a summary. Please go through that PDF also and most of the examples. But if you want to hear Bhaiya's way of telling story, go to vivechan.learngeeta.com and listen to Bhaiya's recorded version. Bhaiya, I will take this opportunity to first of all thank you for this beautiful, beautiful session.
Thank you.
I will also take this opportunity to thank all the Sevis working behind the scene to make this session successful. Our tech team, our IT team, our Mayuri Didi and Dakshina Didi who were holding it together for all of us, our anchoring team who have selflessly and relentlessly put everything together, all the sadhaks who are here to listen and give us this opportunity to serve the divine Krishna in you. Thank you so very much. Bhaiya, if you give us permission, I can bring this session to an end. And a gentle reminder to all of you that 31st batch of our L1. Radhika Didi, do you want to ask a question?
I just want to thank Bhaiya
Oh.
for the
lovely, lovely.
for all the knowledge that he has given us.
Yes, yes.
And he has shared his experiences to live a better life.
Thank you, Radhika.
As we learn.
Thank you for echoing everybody's feeling towards Bhaiya. We don't have words enough. We fail in words to thank him.
True.
Yes. But I'm going to remind all of you that 1st March onwards, we are going to start the 31st batch of L1. So please do give it as a gift to as many people that you can. This Geeta Ji's online classes. You can pass it on like a gift and give them learngeeta.com registration link. I'm going to invite our Seema Didi to come forward for the closing prayer and we can offer this entire session to the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. Seema Didi is from Dehradun and she joined Geeta Parivar in October of 2021. Seema Didi is from the Vivechan writing team, like I was telling all of you. She writes for the Hindi Vivechan and that is how we get the PDF to go through it. So Seema Didi, please come and bring this session to the close.
Jai Shri Krishna. Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Rajapriyam Dharma Sansthapatam Viram Krishna Vande Jagat Gurum Shri Krishna Vande Jagat Gurum. Jai Shri Krishna sabhi ko.
Jai Shri Krishna. I would now request our Mayuri Didi or Dakshina Didi to please play the Hanuman Chalisa so that all of us can get the fruit of bhakti through Hanumanji himself.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरनउ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र औ ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग प्रताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटै मिटै सब पीरा जो सुमिरै हनुमत बल बीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. Thank you so very much, respected sadhaks, for coming to this session. Do come back next week for more of this chapter with our Bhaiya, with our Vivek. Have a beautiful, blissful